Hey everybody, welcome to R2Bits. I'm Jeff here, and we're going to go over my top 10 E3 2019 list. Basically, what the things I liked in E3 2019. Alright, number 10. Xbox Game Pass for PC. They announced it. It's a brand new thing coming out. It's $10 a month, but for a limited time, it's only $5 a month. I think the cool thing about this is Xbox Game Pass has been, good for a while, and the fact they're extending it to PC is kind of a big deal, and it's kind of cool. So, I mean, that's where the excitement kind of comes from, right? There's going to be over 100 games that launch on the service. Some of them are exclusive to the PC, some of them aren't. And then they're also going to have new games day and date. They're not all Microsoft games. Some are third-party games, but the fact that they're doing that, and like I said, it's if you get it now, $5 a month, that's a steal. Even if it's $10 a month, I still think it's a pretty good deal. Alright, number 9, Outer Worlds. What I like about Outer Worlds, basically, it's when you watch it, it's made by Obsidian, the guys who made New Vegas. And it's basically, if you put New Vegas, No Man's Sky, Borderlands, and Bioshock together, you would get Outer Worlds. And it looks good. It just looks good. It looks like if you want to have a good adventure that's RPG-esque and has some good story plot lines, Outer Worlds looks like the place to be and the place to go. Number 8, RPG Time: The Legend of the Right. I think what looks really cool about this is being able to play on a notebook like it's being drawn on simultaneously. I thought looked really cool. Also, the gameplay technically takes across this whole desk, right? So parts of it will happen in the notebook, parts of it will happen on a flip book. The comic will actually get cut out and pop out. The main character will become like a weird stencil and pop over to a random vat of acid monster stomach or whatever. It's super cool. It has the whole Kirby Epic Yarn and Yoshi's the new Yoshi that just came out, I forgot the subtitle to it, but basically the craft style. It looks really cool, and it looks like it's gonna be a fun time. So that's why it's my number 8. Number 7, 12 minutes. The nice thing about this game is basically it's just like the possibility of endless things you can do, right? What I really liked is in the trailer how they showed the various things that happens to the main character, right? In this Groundhog Day situation where you're just going through the same 12 minutes over and over again, right? And just the imagination that the trailer gave, and a guy's abducting them, the cops are breaking down the door, the wife is overdosing, the husband might kill the wife, they're hiding from someone and trying to hurt them. It's crazy. It seems like a lot of fun, and it seems like it's just a really good time. So that's why it's there. Number 6, Zelda: Link's Awakening. What I like about this, and this is probably an instant one that a lot of people are gonna have on their list, right? But I like the fact the diorama look of it, and that's what it is. That little chibi, kind of super plasticky, bright colors. At first I couldn't place it, but then when the creator of the game said that the original Game Boy game made him feel like he was playing a huge world in his pocket on the original Game Boy, that he wanted to go with the diorama feel to this game, and I think it just nails it, right? It's really good, and it just looks like what you want from a remake or remaster. I would say remake, not remaster, of something like this, right? Also, they have modern updates in the game, which looks really cool. One good example is the 3D physics that they're adding to the Crane game. So just the fact that they're modernizing it, it looks good, and it has that kind of that cute little diorama, little toy style. That's just fantastic. Number 5, Ghostwire Tokyo. There's not much to be said about this game because it was all cinematic and they didn't show a gameplay trailer, so it's really hard to say exactly what this game's gonna be. But I do like the fact of the mystical elements, right? There's these weird cyber ninja that have powers that have to do with what's going on. The fact that everyone disappears has this really kind of horror vibe and element to it. All of a sudden everyone's here and now they're gone. And just the style, I think that's what wraps it all together, right? Just how good it looks, and the style is just fantastic, and it just really leaves you wanting to know what exactly is it, and I want more. And I think that's why it's so high on the list. Number 4, And this is probably going to be a fan favorite here. It is Cyberpunk 2077. I think it's pretty obvious. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think there's a reason why it's so high on this list. It just looks amazing. And I've probably said that a few times in this breakdown, but I mean, like, it just looks so good. It's insane how good it looks, right? The cool thing also is it's coming out soon. Everyone thought it was like maybe another 2 years out, but no, it's coming next fall. Now, it could always get bumped, and a lot of people are saying it's going to get bumped in terms of the release date, but either way, it's just saying that that game is here, it's real, and it's playable soon. Also, the fact that Keanu Reeves was in it, and apparently he plays a pretty big role in the game, seems like that's going to be pretty cool. Number 3, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. What was really cool about this was the action combat, which was unique and different, like the fact that you could slow down time, and then kind of catch a breath, and then just kind of see the whole action, what's going on in real time. It just had a very cool Matrix feel to it. Also, being able to switch between characters was really cool too, like on the fly. So instead of it being turn-based, it's action-based, and being able to jump between characters instead of just being locked to a character also seems really cool. I also like the fact that they're adding new content is being added to the game. Basically, they're filling out spots where they didn't think the original game explained enough things, and they're adding a lot more content to it, right? So I think that's really cool in the fact that this is a remake, even though it's relabeled, I think, remastered. It's a remake. Oh no, I think it is labeled remake, even though it's a reimagining. That's what it is. It's really cool that they're taking the time and adding all this stuff in. Plus, again, just like Cyberpunk, it's coming out soon. Now, it might only be the first third of the game, right? Because it's only up into that city they're in initially, but it does look really cool. And I mean, go watch the trailer, guys. You'll see for yourselves why. Like, it just leaves a really lasting impression. And if you have any nostalgia, it hits you in the feels. Number 2. This game's a little close to my heart only because I'm pretty techie, and being a developer, you think about different kind of things like systems and technical resources and things like that. And I think this choice, Watch Dogs Legion, really kind of takes a technical idea and puts it in the forefront of their game, right? Like, so the whole thing about this game is NPCs are playable characters, right? Which sounds really cheap on the surface and seems like it'd be a really crappy system. But the thing is, all these NPCs have lives and stories in the backgrounds, so they're relatively unique, right? As of right now, it doesn't look like it's a rinse and repeat for different NPCs. Again, only time will tell once the game comes out, but it looks good. Also, the NPCs will play different as if they're class-like structure and different stats. So different characters, it's not like they're all going to be the same person with slightly different variations. It looks like they're going to specialize in certain things and then have stats on top of that, which is going to make the people feel unique and different, right? Also, your team of NPCs that you'll be able to switch through and will have permadeath. But I want to go back to that. The team of NPCs you pick is not given to you. You pick whoever you want. So you find someone on the street and you go, hey, you're a person that's a real life and a real story. I want you part of my team. You do like an intro mission, and then they add on to your team. But if that person dies, they're gone forever. So it adds like this weight to your characters and a certain realism to it. Again, the technical heavy systems like that, just amazing. And especially the fact that it has a AAA budget and those resources. If they can pull it off, this is going to be one of those games I think that could change gaming systems and how games work. This could be like the souls or the demon souls of this generation, right? And it could totally just make a fundamental, just huge difference. So I'm really excited about that. I'd say last but not least, I'd probably say is Luigi's Mansion 3. This game, I don't know why, and I'm not even that big of a Luigi Mansion fan, but it hit home for some reason. I think it's just because they're doing so much, and it's so I'm a grown-ass man, I want to say this right. It's adorable. There's a certain adorableness to it that I appreciate, right? So let's start off at the top, right? And this one's gonna be a little bit longer than most other ones, but I think it's worth it, right? His new abilities, everything from his suction shots, where he shoots a plunger at ghosts and reels them in, to his slam ability, to an air pack pushback, to his jetpack, to the strobing lights that are gonna come out of his new poltergeist. I forgot what they're called, poltergeist machine. But it just all looks really cool and is adding a lot of life and breath into this. Not to mention Gooigi. Gooigi is basically like an ectoplasmic version of Luigi that can get into places he can't, and it's just like kind of having a double buddy, and it seems like it'd be really cool for puzzles and stuff. Also, that Gooigi can be played by another player, so aka turning it into co-op, which is super cool, and it's a really neat way of like adding to the gameplay and just a fun aspect to it. Not to mention, they're adding more areas or more cool areas to the hotel. So like you're gonna have a theater stage, you have a film studio, greenhouse, and those all look really elaborate and really cool and different, and just it's exciting, right? Because when you think of a mansion, you don't think of those kind of things, but with this, no problem, super cool, right? Also, they're going to be adding other characters that are coming along this time with Luigi, so it's not his solo mission. It's going to have a story that involves like the main cast of characters like Mario, Peach, Toad, I think Toadette. I'd have to go back and watch the trailer to double check everyone that's in it, but obviously they're going to be part of the game in some fashion, which is nice because it's not just Luigi doing a lone mission, it's Luigi and friends. It's going to feel like a proper, I don't know, like Mario Universe game instead of Luigi got sucked out of the Mario Universe and placed it in that game, so that seems really cool. The last thing I think is super neat about this game is this Scarescaper mode. Basically, it's multiplayer mode where a procedural hotel that generates each time you play, so different layouts, different levels, different ghost placements, different puzzles, and you play around with 8 other players in either co-op or competitive, and you complete challenges. And it just seems like a really cool, fun mode. Now, when you do compete, you are Luigi's of just different colors. But it does look super cool, and then you can Gooigi everyone, so all of a sudden you have like 16 characters on screen. I could be getting my numbers wrong, but it looks super cool. And I'm just like, all the things they're adding to this, they're making it a proper AAA title, they're making it a proper like Mario Universe game, they're putting real weight behind it, and it just looks good and pay off. Like, I was not expecting this to be my top favorite game this year, or this E3, but it just blew me away. And then all the stuff they're adding, I'm just like, wow, this is going to be a game. This is going to be a really, really fun game. And so that's why it's at the top of my list. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much about it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is going to be wrapping up my E3 coverage this year. I really hope you like it. And moving forward, if you guys want to get other content from me, just follow the channel. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you later.
Thanks for watching our video. Hit that like button if you liked it, hit the subscribe if you want more content, and hit that bell icon if you want updates about what we are doing. Also, follow us on other social media platforms at R2Bits for different and unique content. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.